So hi everyone, a very good evening and welcome to today's live session. So as you all know, today the topic that we are going to be discussing is time and work, pipes and cisterns from quantitative ability. First, what we will be doing in today's session is we will look at the basics of this topic that you need to know, and then we will go about solving questions from this topic. And time and work is a fairly very simple topic and a mark scoring topic from quantitative ability. There are not much formulas or not many different types or models of problems that come from this section. If you are clear with the concepts, solving questions from this topic becomes very easy. And what is the most important thing in this topic is how you frame the equations, right, while solving questions, or how you understand and how you calculate. That is the most important thing when it comes to this topic. Otherwise, it's a very, very easy topic. Now, questions from this topic pertains to a person taking certain, what time does a person take to finish a work, right? What is the time taken by a person or a group of people to complete a particular work, or what was the work done by a group of people in a given period of time. So questions pertaining to this generally come, and pipes and cisterns is also a part of time and work. It's basically an application of time and work, and questions from this are of the form wherein there is a tank, right? There is a pipe which is filling the tank, or there is a leak in the tank. So what is the time taken to empty the tank by the leak, or what is the time taken by the filling pipes to fill the tank? Questions of these type come from pipes and cisterns. So first, today we will look at time and work, solve questions from that, and move on to pipes and cisterns, which is actually an application of this time and work concept. So let's start. Now, first thing that we should know when it comes to time and work is this, okay, this basic concept of work done by a person in a day. That is the first thing that all of us should know before we start solving questions from this topic. Now, I am saying that there is a person A, okay. Now, A can complete a work in 2 days. Okay, if I say that A can complete a work in 2 days, what is the work done by A in 1 day? Very easy to say, right? If A is finishing the work in 2 days, on the first day he will finish half of the work, and on the next day he finishes the other half of the work, correct? So half on the first day and half on the second day. So the work done by A in 1 day is given by 1/2 or half. Now if the question was, if A is able to complete a work in 4 days, okay, what is the work done by A in 1 day? He finishes 1/4 of the work each day, correct? He is finishing the full work in 4 days. So in 1 day, he will finish 1/4 of the work. Okay. So on the second day again, he will do the next 1/4 of the work. On the third day, he will do the next 1/4 of the work. On the fourth day, he will do the remaining 1/4. So totally put together, at the end of the fourth day, he finishes the full work. So if I say that a person is finishing a work in 4 days, in 1 day he does 1/4 of the work. Okay. Now this you can generalize and say that if I say a person is finishing a work in X days, in 1 day he can finish 1/X of the work. Okay, so this is the very basic concept that should be very clear to all of us before we start solving questions from this topic. What is it? When a person finishes a work in X days, in 1 day he finishes 1/X of the work. So if I say a person is finishing a work in 8 days, in 1 day what will be the work that he does? He does 1/8 of the work in 1 day. So now let me share my screen. We'll just note down the basics that we are learning just now, and then we will move on to the questions. So the first concept, as I said, was that what is the work done by a person in 1 day, right? So if a person is finishing the work in X days, right? If a person finishes a work in X days, he does 1/X of the work in a day. First thing that we should know. Now, and what is generally the work done by a person in a day? The work done by a person in a day is generally considered as the efficiency, right, or capacity of the person. Okay, this is generally considered as efficiency or capacity of the person, right? He can finish 1/4 of the work in a day. Like A can finish 1/4 of the work in a day. B can finish 1/6 of the work in a day. Correct? So that basically refers to the efficiency or the capacity of the person. Now, the next most important thing that you need to know is the man days concept. Now, what is man days concept? See, whenever there is a work, okay, whenever there is a work, we can say that the man days is always constant for a given work, okay? Man days is always constant for a given work. Now what does this mean? What am I trying to say here? See, for example, to complete a work, let me take a work wherein 12 men are required to complete a work in 4 days, okay? Now what is the product of man days here? M into D is 12 into 4, that is 48. So what I am trying to say here is that the man days for a particular work is always constant. Means 12 into 4 is 48. For this some particular work, let us say building a wall, okay? To build a wall, I need 12 men, okay, to work for 4 days. So product of man days is 48. Now in the question they are asking me, there are 6 men. How many days will it take to finish the same work? So when such cases come, we should make use of this concept. For any given work, man days is considered as a constant. So if there are 6 men now, again the product of man days should always be the same. So from there you can find what this is. This is going to be 8. 6 8s are 48, correct? So if there are 6 men, they will finish the work in 8 days. Okay, so the first concept we just discussed was what is the work done by a person in a day. Okay, that was the first thing that we discussed. Then we just said that the man days always remains constant for a work. Okay, now again another important formula, you would have gone through this, again a formula that is pertaining to man days concept that you should all know is this. If there is a, let us say there are 2 works, okay, you are comparing 2 works, it is this P1 D1 H1 by W1 is equal to P2 D2 H2 by W2, right? So how have we written this formula? What does this formula indicate? If P1 men can do W1 work in D1 days working H1 hours per day, and P2 men can do W2 work in D2 days working H2 hours per day, then we can equate them. Okay, that is basically again the man days concept is being used, and you can equate work done by 2 sets of people like this. See, these are basic formulas. Detailed explanations of this is available in our online video lessons. I am just refreshing through whatever we have learned. Okay, for any of you who are new to time and work, please go back and refer to the videos. Okay, so these are some of the important concepts that all of us should remember. Okay, after this, what is the next important thing that we should know? The next important thing is this. See, in questions they ask you, let us say there are 2 people. Okay, now there is a person A. I am saying that in A is able to finish a work alone in X days. Okay, and there is a person B. Now B is able to finish the work alone in Y days. Now A and B are working together. So in how many days will they finish the work? Questions of this sort. So how will we do such questions? See, if A is able to do a work in X days, in 1 day, right? In 1 day, how much will A do? A will do 1 by X of the work. Similarly, in 1 day, how much B will do? In 1 day, B will do 1 by Y of the work. Correct? So put together A and B in 1 day, how much will they do? 1 by X plus 1 by Y. Or what do? You take the LCM of X and Y, right? LCM of X and Y, and then you write X plus Y by XY. So this will be the work done by A and B in 1 day, right? Work done by A and B in 1 day. Or if the question is, in how many days will A and B finish the work? In how many days will they finish the work? They will finish the work in XY by X plus Y days. Okay, so this can be used as a formula in a few questions. This formula can directly be used. Like for example, if the question is like, if A is taking 4 days to finish a work and B is taking 3 days to finish a work alone, put together A and B, in how many days will they finish the work? So this is the concept involved. Find the work done by A and B in 1 day, and then take the reciprocal of that. That will give you the number of days in which they will finish the work. Now instead of doing it this way, if you know the formula, you can directly use this formula, right? XY by X plus Y. See, I would not say that you need to know these formulas to solve the question. If the concept is very clear to you, you don't need the formula, you don't need to learn the formula separately. But if you are learning the formula, you just do like this, right? 4 into 3 by 4 plus 3. You get the answer in one step, 12 by 7. So they will finish the work in 12 by 7. If you substitute here also, you get the same answer, 1 by 4 plus 1 by 3. When you do, actually you will get 7 by 12. So reciprocal of that will be 12 by 7. Okay, so this is one very basic type that can come from time and work. Okay, so the concepts, as I said, that you have to remember is the man days concept and what is the work done by a person in a day. And I think with that we will be able to solve questions from this particular section. We will come to pipes and cisterns when we come to the questions of those. Okay, so let us start solving questions directly from time and work. And as you all know, today is a refresher session on time and work, and we will be doing questions that has been previously asked in bank exams from this topic, so that it helps you with your preparation. Let us look at the first question for today's session. As and when you get the answer for the question, please share the answer. 56 workers can finish a piece of work in 14 days. If the work is to be completed in 8 days, then how many extra workers are required? So, how do you solve this question? Any of you who get the answer, please give me the answer. So this is a very basic question which uses the man days concept. This is a mark scoring question, and here what concept do we use? See, as I said, for any given work, okay, for any given work, the product of man days is always a constant. So this is the formula that you use here. See, sometimes this man days, right, M is also taken as P, where they say instead of man they say people. But remember, both are the same. Okay, so here 56 men can finish a piece of work in 14 days. So 56 into 14, correct? So what is the man days? The product of man days is 56 into 14, and which is a constant, and is equal to, if the work is to be completed in 8 days, then how many extra men are required is what they are asking. So if 56 into 14 is equal to 8 into x, let's say x. Okay, so how many men will finish the work in 8 days? See, 56 workers can finish a work in 14 days. So x workers can finish the work in 8 days, or x is equal to 56 into 14 by 8, correct? This is 7. That is 14 into 7 is 98. So I'm saying I'm getting 98 people can finish the work in 8 days. See, in the question they have given how many extra workers are required. So already how many workers do you have? You have 56. So how many extra workers are required? 98 minus 56. That will be the extra workers that you require, which is equal to 42. Correct? Answer for this is okay. Let's move on to the next one. Yeah, let's look at the next question. Two workers A and B working together completed a job in 5 days. If A worked twice efficiently as he actually did, and B worked 1/3 as efficiently as he actually did, the work would have completed in 3 days. Find the time for A to complete the job alone. How do you solve this? Try to solve this question and give me the answer. So let's solve it. See, two workers working together completed a job in 5 days. Okay, so I'm just assuming that if A is working alone, he is completing the work in A days. If B is working alone, he is completing the work in B days. Okay, so this is just, I'm taking A and B, okay, some random values. Now, working together, A and B are completing the work in 5 days. So what can I say? 1 by A plus 1 by B. Right, that is equal to 1 by 5. If they are completing the work in 5 days, in 1 day, if both of them work together, they will finish the work in 1/5 of they will finish 1/5 of the work, correct? Now, if A worked twice as efficiently as he actually did. Now, what does that mean? I think that is the statement that some of you have not understood it correctly, because option C is not the right answer. A lot of you are giving me the answer as option C, which is not correct. Okay, so I think you guys have not understood the question correctly. See here, what are they saying? If A works twice as efficiently as he did, that means earlier in 1 day, how much work was A doing? A was finishing 1 by A of the work. Now he is finishing twice. He's twice as efficient, means now how much is he finishing? He is finishing 2 by A of the work, correct? So that is what it means. And B worked 1/3 as efficiently as he actually did. So normally in 1 day, B will finish how much? 1 by B of the work. Now he is finishing 1/3 of what he was finishing earlier, correct? So now he is doing only 1/3B of a work in a day. Now in this case, what is happening? They are completing the work in 3 days, correct? So now A is finishing 2 by A of a work in a day, and B is finishing 1/3B of a work in a day, and put together how much will they finish? They are totally finishing the work in 3 days, means in one day they will do 1 by 3 of the work, correct? Okay, so these are the two equations that we have. Now 1 by A plus 1 by B is equal to 1 by 5, 2 by A plus 1 by 3B is equal to 1 by 3. Now the question is, find the time for A to complete the job alone. So you have to find the value of this small a, okay? So you have two equations here, right? Two unknowns, and just we have to solve for it. Now to solve the equations faster, what I am trying to do is I want to eliminate this B. Correct? I want to eliminate this term B. So what I do is, I am trying to multiply the first equation, right? I am just multiplying it by 1 by 3, correct? If I multiply this equation by 1 by 3, what do I get? Basically I want 1 by 3B here also, and I want to eliminate it. So it is nothing but 1 by 3A plus 1 by 3B is equal to 1 by 15, correct? Alright, so I am going to solve this. So if I subtract these two, what do I get? I get 2 by A minus 1 by 3A is equal to 1 by 3 minus 1 by 15. This is nothing but, I am taking the LCM here, 15 minus 3, that is 12 by 15 3s are 45, correct? So I will just solve it here. So I am just doing 1 by A into, this is 2, correct? 2 minus 1 by 3, that is 6 minus 5 by 3 is equal to 12 by 45, okay? So this here, if you cancel, you get 15, so sorry, so you get 1 by A is equal to 12 by 75, or A is equal to 75 by 12, correct? So A is 75 by 12, 3 will go in both, correct? 3 will go, 4 3s are 12, so when you divide it by 75, you get, so 25 by 4 is 6 1 by 4. So A is 6 1 by 4. Is everybody getting the answer as 6 1 by 4? That is option A, okay? Now let's look at the next question. A takes half as long to do a piece of work as B takes, and if C does in the same time as A and B together, and if all the three are working together would take 7 days, how long would each of them take separately? So A takes half as long to do a piece of work as B takes, and if C does it in the same time as A and B together. Yeah, all of them are working together for 7 days. So how do you solve this? And give me the answer. A takes half or as long to do a work as B takes. So in the option A, B is taking 42 days. So half as long means, okay, A should take 21 days. C does it in the same time as A and B together. So C should take how many days? 21 plus 42 days. Correct? That should be the thing that is taken by C. Here it is only 14 days. So how is it satisfying? Okay, so first I am going to assume that A is doing the work in X days, right? If A is finishing the work in X days, how many days will B take to finish the work? B will finish the work in 2X days. Okay, here the question, they should have worded it correctly. C does it in the same time as A and B together. Basically what they have actually meant in the question is that C will take 2X plus X, that is 3X days to finish the work. So this is what they have given, okay? So if A is doing the work in X days, B will do it in 2X days, and C will do it in 3X days, okay? So now all three of them are working together. So in one day, how much work will be done? In one day, A will do 1 by X, 1 by 2X, and 1 by 3X. So put together, they finish the work in 7 days. So put together A, B and C in one day, they will finish 1 by 7th of the work. So what you have to do is 1 by X plus 1 by 2X plus 1 by 3X. Correct, is equal to 1 by 7. Equate this. When you equate this, you get the answer. Okay, let me solve it. So it is not B. Okay, here 1 by X, I am just taking 1 by X out. Okay, 1 by X, 1 plus 1 by 2. That is actually, I am just writing it as 3 by 2 plus 1 by 3 is equal to 1 by 7. Correct. Now 1 by X into, here LCM is 6. Correct. So 3 3s are 9. 9 plus 2 divided by 6, that is equal to 1 by 7, or 1 by X is equal to 6 by 11 into 7, or X is equal to 11 sevens are 77. 77 by 6. So A can do the work in 77 by 6 days, and what will be, this is A, correct? So B will do it in 2x days, that is B will do it in 77 by 3 days. Okay, now next, how much days will C do it? C will do it in 3x, so that is 77 by 2. So this will be your answer. So the answer is going to be none of these. So let's move on to the next question. If a certain number of workmen can do a piece of work in 25 hours, in how many hours will another set of an equal number of men do a piece of work twice as great, supporting that 2 men on the first set can also do as much as work in an hour as 3 men of the second set can do in an hour. So again, what are we using here? We will also be again using the man days concept here. See, we know this formula that we learned, right? W1 by W2 is equal to, either you put P or M. Let me put P because in our video lessons it will be P here. P1 H1 D1 by P2 H2 D2, correct? Remember this formula. So here days are not given, only hours are given, so I am removing this. So we can just equate W1 by W2 is equal to P1 H1 by P2 H2. Now what is given in the question? In a certain number of workmen can do a piece of work in 25 hours. In how many hours will another set of an equal number of workmen do a piece of work twice as great, supporting that 2 men of the first set can do as much as work as 3 men of the second set. So if I am just saying that, let us say in the first group, P1 group, okay, there are P men, okay, this person can finish P work. So what is given here? 2 men of the first set can do as much as 3 men. So 2P is equal to, that is 2P1 is equal to 3P2, correct? That's what they have given. That is, see, 2 men of the first set, if they do some work in an hour, 3 men of the second set also can do only that much work in an hour. Okay, so when you equate that, what do you get? And it is given that the work 2, right, the work 2 is twice as much as the work 1. So just put in these values in the formula, you directly get the answer. So what do you get? W1, I am expressing W2 in terms of W1. W1 by 2W1, that is equal to, here let us assume there are P persons, okay, P people, P1 people, okay, how many hours are they working for? They are working for 25 hours, correct? So what should we find? In the next case, in how many hours they should finish the work. So when we are equating here, see, we know 2P1 is equal to 3P2, or I can say P2 is equal to 2 by 3 P1, correct? So just substitute that here, 2 by 3 P1. So this and this gets cancelled. You solve for it, you get the value of H2, correct? So H2 will be 25 into 3, that is 75 hours. Very easy question, no? That is option B. So let's move on to the next question. Not a tough one at all, just you need to substitute the values correctly. Next question. A contract is to be completed in 46 days and 117 men were set to work, each working 8 hours a day. After 33 days, 4 by 7th of the work is completed. How many additional men may be employed so that the work may be completed in time, each man now working 9 hours a day? Okay, see, for all these questions, it is going to be the same formula that we use, okay, that is W1 by W2, right, that is equal to P1 D1 H1 by P2 D2 H2. Okay, actually you can rephrase this also and write it like this if required according to the question. Okay, P1 D1 H1 by W1 is equal to P2 D2 H2 by W2. See, in some books they use M here instead of P. Okay, some books use P. You are free to use whatever you want, but always stick to one, whatever symboling that you are using. If you are using P for persons, use P, else change, else use M. Okay, so first there is a group, okay, they are finishing 4 by 7 of the work. Now there is another group, okay, how much should they work? Some say first there were 117 men, okay, now they were supposed to finish the work in 46 days. Leave that, there are 117 men, they are working for 33 days. Okay, now and they are finishing 4 by 7th of the work. Now how much work is remaining? Now we have to finish See, always in time and work questions, total work is considered as 1, that is whole, correct? So 1 minus 4 by 7, that is 3 by 7 of the work has to be completed, correct? Now in how many days should 3 by 7th of the work be completed? See, these people have already worked for 33 days and the work has to be finished in 14 days. So in the remaining 13 days, they should finish 3 by 7th of the work. Okay, so there are two groups of people working. The first group has completed 4 by 7th of the work. Then some more people are joining and lot of extra people, right? More number of people are there. They are working for 13 days and completing the work. So let us just put in the values in this equation and solve. That's all. Okay, so here how many people were there in the beginning? 117 people when they worked for how many days? 33. 33 days. For how many hours a day is it given? 8 hours a day. When they work for 8 hours a day, what is the part of the work that they have completed? They have completed 4 by 7th of the work. Correct? Now this is equal to, now how many people are there? We don't know. There are some, now extra people have joined, correct? 117 plus some extra people have joined. And for how many days are they going to work? They have to work for 13 days and now they are working 9 hours a day, correct? And what is the work that they have to complete? They have to complete 3 by 7th of W. Just solve for this. You get P2. Okay, you will get it as 198. So now how many people are there? There are 198 people working now. So earlier there were 117. So how many extra people have we added? 198 minus 117, correct? These are the new people whom we have added, or that is equal to 81. So totally now 81 new people we have added to finish the work on time. Okay, so hope it's clear. Everybody got the answer correctly. See, these are very easy questions to solve. Actually, since I am explaining it, we are taking so long, it is just a one-step solution. Remember, one-step solution. If you know the concept correctly, you can do it in a step. Okay, let's move on to the next question. A can build up a wall in 8 days while B can break it in 3 days. A has worked for 4 days and then B joined to work with A for another 2 days only. In how many days will A alone build up the remaining part of the wall? Okay, so how do we solve this? See, the important thing to note in this question is that A is building a wall and B is breaking a wall. Now, in time and work, whenever a negative work is being done, right? Building a wall is a positive work, right? So, somebody is doing opposite to that. He's breaking it. Whatever work is done by this A, B is nullifying it, okay? Or he's, A is building a wall. B is breaking the wall. So this is positive work and this is negative work. So whenever there is a negative work that comes in the question, only thing that you have to do is everything else remains the same. You just have to put a negative sign before the work done and then do the calculations. Okay, that's all. So here A can build a wall in 8 days. So A in 1 day, how much will it build? A will build A is doing 1 by 8 of the work in a day. Right, building a wall, 1 by 8 of it he is building in a day. Now B can break it in 3 days means B is breaking 1 by 3rd of the wall in a day. Since B is doing negative work, in a question whenever somebody is doing negative work, just put a minus sign in front. Okay, now what have they given? Put together A and B in 1 day, how much work will they do? Put together A and B in 1 day, they will do, A will build 1 by 8 and B will break 1 by 3rd. Correct? So put together in 1 day, they will do 1 by 8 minus 1 by 3, or that is 3 minus 8 minus 5 by, if you take the LCM, minus 5 by 24. This will be the work done by them put together. Basically, they are doing negative work, right? More of breaking happens because B is breaking more. Okay, let us keep this here. Now, what have they given? A has worked for 4 days. So, in 4 days, how much work will A complete? See, in 1 day, A is doing 1 by 8 of the work. So, in 4 days, A would have done 4 into 1 by 8. Correct? Or that is equal to 1 by 2. So, half of the wall he has finished at the end of the 4th day. Then, after this 4 days, this is for the first 4 days. Okay. After this 4 days, what's happening? B is joining A for another 2 days. So A and B together they are working for 2 days. So in 2 days how much work will they do? They will do minus 5 by 12, correct? In one day they will do minus 5 by 24. So in 2 days they will do minus 5 by 12 of the work. So at the end of the 6 days, right, what would have been the total work done? See, in the first 4 days A built half of the wall. Then in the next 2 days minus 5 by 12 of the wall is broken. Net A is also building, B is breaking, and net 5 by 12 is broken. So now how much of the wall has been built as of now? It is nothing but you take the LCM here. What do you get? 1 by 12, correct? You get 1 by 12. If you take the LCM, if you just multiply without taking LCM itself, 12 minus 10 by 24, that is 2 by 24 or 1 by 12. So in net, at the end of the 6 days, 1 by 12th of the wall is built. So how much remaining is there for A to build it? A has to build remaining 11 by 12th, okay, of the wall has to be built. So we need to know in how many days A is building this. One day, how much is A building? In one day, A builds 1 by 8th of the wall. So in how many days will A build 11 by 12th of the wall? It will build it in 11 by 12 into 8, or this is equal to 88 by 12, correct? 88 by 12, if you simplify, you get it as 22 by 3, that is equal to 7 1 by 3 days. So A alone will build it in 7 1 by 3 days, that is the option B. Yes, very easy question, no? Okay, only one small thing, remember B is doing negative work, that's all. Now everybody got this answer correctly, excellent. Next question. Now the next question, if 30 men and 14 boys can reap a field, spelling error, no, F-I-E-L-D, field in 21 days, in how many days will 20 men and 4 boys reap it, supposing that 3 men can do as much as 5 boys? So if 30 men and 14 boys can reap a field in 21 days, so 30 men, okay, plus 14 boys, together they can do a work in 21 days. In how many days will 20 men and 4 boys reap it, supposing that 3 men can do as much as 5 boys? So what does that mean? See, 3 men are equivalent to 5 boys. So 1 man, I can say, is equivalent to 5 by 3 boys, correct? So here, if I say that 30 men and 14 boys are able to do it in 21 days, if I try to take everything in terms of boys, what do we get? See, 30 into 1 man is equivalent to 5 boys, correct? So 5 by 3 boys plus 14 boys, that is equal to 21. Or if you simplify this, 30 by 3, 10 5s are 50, 50 plus 14, that is 64 boys, correct, can do the work in 21 days. So if 64 boys can do a work in 21 days, 1 boy, in how many days will he do it? He will do it in 64 into 21 days, correct? See, how do I get this? See, in time and work concept, men days is always concept, correct? Always constant, correct? So 64 boys can do a work in 21 days, means 1 boy will do it in how many days? 1 boy will do it in 64 into 21 days. That's how I get this. So now next, similarly, what have they asked? 20 men and 4 boys, in how many days will they do? Again, 20 men is equivalent to how many boys? 20 into 5 by 3 boys, plus again there are 4 boys, correct? Or this is equal to 25 is 100 by 3, correct? 100 by 3 plus 4. So what is 100 by 3 plus 4? Let me just write it as steps so that it's clear. 4 boys, or that is equal to 112 by 3 boys, okay? This is equivalent to 112 by 3 boys. So we know that 1 boy can do the work in how many days? 64 into 21 days. So 112 by 3, how many days will they do? That's all. Solve for that, you get the answer as 36. Everybody is getting the answer as 36. So the final answer, or the whatever was there in the question mark, you solve it, you get it as 36. Option A. Very easy. So in such questions, try to convert the given men and boys, right? Here it is given. When they are equating, try to make everything in terms of one variable, so that you are able to solve it faster. See, when you look at the calculations that I do, it might look lengthy because I am explaining it in a class to you, it is lengthy. But when you actually do it, lot of calculations you can do it in your mind. You needn't write down each and every step in the exam. Since it is, I am explaining, I write down everything, okay? Okay, let's look at the next question. If 15 men or 24 women or 36 boys can do a piece of work in 12 days working 8 hours a day, how many men must be associated with 12 women and 6 boys to do another piece of work 1/4 times as great in 30 days working 6 hours a day? See, first what is given? 15 men is equal to 24 women is equal to 36 boys. So whenever I get a question, what I do is I try to take everything in terms of one variable. Okay, so how do I write? I can say one man is equal to 15 men is equal to 24 women, okay, or one man is equal to 24 by 15 or 8 by 5 women. Similarly, one boy is equal to 36 by in terms of women, okay, 36 by 24, that is 3 by 2 women. Now you have this. Now how many men must be associated with 12 women and 6 boys? Correct? Okay. So first it is given that 24 women can do a piece of work in 12 days working 8 hours a day. See, again we know that the same formula P1 D1 H1 by W1 is equal to P2 D2 H2 by W2. The same formula you have to use again here also. So I am converting everybody in terms of women. So the question is, how many men must be associated with 12 women and 6 boys? So 12 women and 6 boys means it is nothing but 12 women plus 6 boys is equivalent to what? 1 boy is 3 by 2 women, correct? Or that is equal to 12 women plus 6 boys is equal to, if you no, 3 by 2 or 2 by 3? 1 boy is equal to 2 by 3 women, sorry, 2 by 3, 24 by 36, correct? So 24 by 36, 2 by 3. So this is equal to 2. So totally there are 14 women. So 12 women plus 6 boys is equivalent to 16 women. 2 2s are 4, 12 plus 4 is 16, okay. So 12 women plus 6 boys is equivalent to 16 women. Is equivalent to 16 women working, correct? Now plus some more women are working, right? That is the men whom we have to convert into women. We don't know how many are there, okay. Now in the first case, either 15 men or 24 women or 36 boys can do a piece of work in so many days. So since we are taking everything in terms of women, what can we say? 24 women are doing a piece of work in 12 days working 8 hours a day, right? W is the constant in both cases, right? So how many men should be associated with this women? 16 plus X number of men are there, okay. When they work together, they have to finish a work 1/4 times as great as the previous work in 13 days working 6 hours a day. So what is the new work now? 1/4 times means 9/4 W. Just solve for this, you get the value of X, okay. What do you get? So here 9/4 means, actually this 4 you can take it up, correct? This you can put it here. So here 2, then you simplify 2, and what else? Okay, here again 3 will go, correct? 3, 10, 5, correct? When you solve for X, what do you get? So you get 24 into 288 is equal to 160 plus 10X, or you get X is equal to 128 by 10. So you get the value of X is equal to 128 by 10. So 16 women plus 128 by 10 women, okay, can do the same work in the twice, 1/4 times the same work in 30 days, whatever information is given. So actually what does this X represent? It represents the men, okay, in terms of women, okay. So here this 128 by 10 women, right, it is equivalent to how many men? That is what we want, because they are asking how many men are required, correct? So 128 by 10 women is equal to how many men? 128 by 10 into 5 by 8 men. So if you solve for this, you get the answer as 8. So it is equivalent to 8 men, or the answer is option B. See, the way to solve it is this. First they had given 15 men or 24 women or 36 boys can do a piece of work in 12 days. So 15 men is equivalent to 24 women, which is also equivalent to 36 boys. So I converted everything in terms of women, okay. women. So when you actually take it into consideration in this formula, what do we get? 24 women can do a piece of work in 12 days working 8 hours a day. Okay, that is one thing that you have got. The next what they have given us, now there are 12 women and 6 boys. So 12 women and 6 boys totally account to 16 women. Okay, along with them there are X men who are working. Now see, remember we have converted everything here in terms of women. So totally 16 plus X women are there. This X women actually account for the number of men that are there, which we will reconvert later. Okay. So I just equated this 24 into 12 into 8 by W is equal to, now how many people are working? 16 plus X people are working for 30 days for 6 hours. And what is the work now? The work is 2 1 by 4 times the previous work, correct? So 9 by 4 times previous work W. So you are equating that, you get the value of X as 128 by 10. So what does that mean? Now there are 16 women plus X women, that X is nothing but 128 by 10. This 16 women accounts for the 12 women plus the 6 boys. Okay, so that is accounted for as 16. Now what does this 128 by 10 account for? It accounts for the extra men who are associated. So 128 by 10 women accounts for how many men? See, we know one man is equal to 8 by 5 women, or one woman is equal to 5 by 8 of a man. So equate that, you get it as 8. So 128 by 10 W is equivalent to 8 men. Answer is option B. Everybody got it correctly? I hope it is clear. Let's move on to the next question. 5 men and 5 women earn rupees 660 in 3 days. 10 men and 20 women earn rupees 3500 in 5 days. In how many days can 6 men and 4 women earn rupees 1060? So let me solve it and see. 5 men and 5 women earn rupees 660 in 3 days. Okay, so what is that? 5 men and 5 women, right? Together they earn 660 rupees in 3 days. So in 1 day, how much will they earn? In 1 day, okay, in 1 day 5 men and 5 women will earn 660 by 3, or that is equal to 220 rupees. Or from this, what can I say? 1 man plus 1 woman in a day, right? In 1 day 1 man and 1 woman will earn how much? 220 by 5, correct? Or that is equal to 44 rupees, correct? 220 by 5 is 44. Yes, 44 rupees. Now next thing, 10 men and 20 women earn 3500 in 5 days. So 10 man plus 20 women, right? In 5 days they will earn 3500, correct? So in 1 day, how much will they earn? 3500 by 5, or they will earn 700 rupees. Or I can say 1 man plus 2 women in 1 day, how much will they earn? They will earn 70 rupees. Now I have already got that 1 man and 1 woman will earn 44 rupees, right? So see, this 2 women, I am just splitting it and writing it as 1 woman plus 1 woman, that is equal to 70. Now I already know from the first equation, right? This is my first equation, this is my second equation. I already know from the first equation that this value 1 man plus 1 woman is equal to 44. So what can I say? What is the wages of 1 woman in a day? It is nothing but 70 minus 44, that is 26 rupees. So 1 woman earns 26 rupees in a day. So how much will 1 man earn? See, 1 man plus 1 woman is 44 rupees. So how much will 1 man earn? 44 minus 26, or 18 rupees, correct? So now what are they asking? How many days will 6 men and 4 women earn 1060? So 6 men, right, in 1 day how much will they earn? 6 into 18. And 4 women in 1 day how much will they earn? 4 into 26, correct? So in 1 day, correct, 6 men and 4 women, how much will 4 women together they will earn? 6 into 18 plus 4 into 26, that is 108 plus 104, correct? 108 plus 104 is 212. So in how many days will they earn 1060? It is nothing but 1060 by 212. Obviously just try with 5, 212 into 5, 212 into 5, 1060, correct? 212 into 5, yes. So 5, answer is 5. Very easy, no? Only thing, if you rearrange it correctly, solving becomes very easy. Only this two multiplications will be left. This division and multiplication, that's all you have to do here. Is it clear? Yeah, let's move on to the next one. P, Q and R together earn rupees 2,700 in 18 days. P and R together earn rupees 940 in 10 days. Q and R together earn rupees 1520 in 20 days. Find the daily earning of R. Again, a very easy question. The way we did the previous question, similar rearrangement of the values that is given will give you the answer very fast. See, P, Q and R together earn 2,700 rupees for 18 days. Okay, P plus Q plus R. For 18 days, they earn 2,700 rupees. So, for one day, how much will they earn? 2,700 by 18. Correct? Or they earn 150 rupees a day. P and R together earn 940 rupees in 10 days. So, P and R together they are earning 940 rupees in 10 days. So, in one day, how much will they earn? 940 by 10, or they earn 94 rupees. Very easy. From here you can find out how much Q is earning per day. Correct? See, P plus Q plus R is 150 per day. Per day P plus R is 94. So, Q is equal to 150 minus 94, or that is equal to 56. So, Q earns 56 rupees per day. Now, next Q and R earn together 1520 in 20 days. Correct? So, Q and R in one day, how much will they earn? 1520 by 20, or they earn 76 rupees. Correct? 76 rupees in a day. So, from this you can find how much P earns. How much will P earn? 150 minus 76, or 74 rupees a day. Now, we have got P and Q. How much does R earn? 150 minus P plus Q. Correct? 56 plus 74, or you get that as equal to 20. So, the answer for this is option D, that is 20. Very easy. As I said, no need to write any of these steps in the exams. Since I am explaining, I am writing it to you directly. You can just write three things. P plus Q plus R is 150, P plus R is 94, Q plus R is 76, and you get the answer. Now, let's move on to the next question. So, the next one is on pipes and cisterns. So, before we solve this question, let's just discuss the concepts of pipes and cisterns. See, pipes and cisterns is an application of time and work, and everything is the same. Only thing that we will have to remember here is there are two types of pipes. One is an inlet pipe, okay, and one is an outlet pipe. These two types of pipes come in this section, okay. So, generally in questions there will be a tank, okay, which has a particular capacity, and there will be a pipe which fills water or some liquid into the tank. Okay, this is a filling pipe, or it is also called as an inlet pipe or a filling pipe, right? Different terminologies are being used in questions. Now, there is something called as an outlet pipe. So, outlet pipe is from where water is drained out or liquid is drained out from the tank. Sometimes it is also mentioned as a leak. There is a leak at the bottom of the tank. Sometimes they give it as a pipe. Okay, so here also what we need to understand is that the filling pipe or the inlet pipe will always do positive work, and the outlet pipe will always do negative work. For example, if in a question they are telling us that there is an inlet pipe which can fill a tank in X hours, and there is an outlet pipe or a leak which can empty the tank in Y hours. So, what is the work done by both this inlet pipe and the outlet pipe together? See, this can fill the tank in X hours. So, in 1 hour the work done by this will be 1 by X, correct? This can empty the tank in Y hours. So, in 1 hour the work done by this will be minus 1 by Y. Just remember, whenever there is a leak or an outlet pipe, put a negative symbol before it. So, the total work done together by both the pipes will be 1 by X minus 1 by Y, right? So, whenever there is negative work or an outlet pipe or a leak, take it as minus. That is the only thing that you have to remember when it comes to questions from pipes and cisterns. Yeah, if you understand this basic concept, then solving questions become very easy. So, whenever you see a negative symbol somewhere, that means that it is an emptying pipe, right? Or it is doing negative work. Now, let us solve the above question. A tap can empty a tank in 30 minutes. So, there are two taps, both are emptying. Okay, the first tap is emptying the tank in 30 minutes. So, in 1 minute it will empty minus 1 by 30th of the tank. A second tank can empty it in 45 minutes. So in 1 minute it will empty 1 by 45th of the tank. So put together both the taps are opened, in how much time will they empty the tank? So put together what will be the work done by both the taps in 1 minute? Minus 1 by 45 minus 1 by 30, right? So LCM, if you are taking LCM, 45, 30, LCM is 90. So here you get minus 3 minus 2, that is equal to minus 5 by 90, or that is minus 1 by 18. So in 1 minute, this minus represents that they are emptying, okay? This minus represents they are emptying the tank. So in 1 minute, they will empty 1 by 18th of the tank, or they will empty the full tank in 18 minutes. So answer for this question is option A. Yes, easy question, no? Okay. Let's move on to the next one. Two pipes A and B can fill a cistern in 30 minutes and 40 minutes respectively. Both the pipes are opened. Find when the second pipe B must be turned off so that the cistern may just be full if the first pipe is open for 10 minutes. Two pipes can fill a cistern 30 minutes and 40 minutes. So the first pipe, right, pipe A, in 1 minute, how much will it fill? It will fill 1 by 30th of the tank. Pipe B in 1 minute, it will fill how much? 1 by 40 of the tank. Now find the time when the second pipe has to be turned out so the cistern may be full. Okay, now the pipe A is open for 10 minutes. So in 10 minutes, what will be the value that will be filled by pipe A? 10 by 30, right? Now pipe B is open for X minutes. We don't know how many minutes. 1 by 40, right? Together, the tank should become full. So full work is always considered as 1, correct? So put together these two should equate to 1. So from here just solve for the value of x. X by 40 is equal to 1 minus 10 by 30 is 1 by 3, correct? That is equal to 2 by 3, or x is equal to 40 into 2 by 3, or that is equal to 80 by 3. Okay, so pipe B has to be open for 80 by 3 minutes, or 80 by 3 is equal to 26 2 by 3 minutes to fill the tank, right? When pipe A is open only for 10 minutes, pipe B has to be open for 26 2 by 3 minutes, that is option A. Okay, everybody is getting this answer correctly, no? Yeah. So now see, before we move on to the next question, see, some of you were asking me how to solve the question from time and work. Any other easy method is there, okay? So I'll teach you one concept here. Now see, in some books or some portals, when you see, no, they will follow this method to solve the question, okay? Now let me just explain that method before we move on to the next question. So if that method is required, if you are finding this method to be easier, you can follow that. See, for example, first we learned, no, there are, now this is for basic time and work I am discussing. See, first what we learned, let us assume that there is a person A, okay? A is able to finish a work in 4 days. Now let us assume there is a person B. B is able to finish the work in 3 days. Put together, A and B, in how many days will they finish the work? What was the concept that we learned? We learned 1 by 4 plus 1 by 3 will be the work that they finish in a day. We found this out, and then we took the reverse of that. That will give us the number of days in which A and B put together will finish the work, right? So in this method, one thing that will have is there will be fractions involved. You will have to do some simplifications. So some students generally find it easier to solve without fractions. So there is one way in which you can do such questions without using fractions. So this is the method. See, whenever such a question comes, here the question is this: A can do a work in 4 days, B can do a work in 3 days. Put together, in how many days can they finish the work when they are working together? Okay, so here how you do using the alternate method is, what is the LCM of 4 and 3? LCM of 4 and 3 is 12. Okay, so LCM of 4 and 3 is 12. So what we do is we consider that the total work, okay, the total work is 12 units, right? So in this method, what you do is you calculate how many units does the total work account to, and generally you take it as the LCM of the given values. So here, if the total work is 12 units, in how much units will A do in a day? See, total work is 12 units. A is finishing the work in 4 days. So in 1 day, A will do 12 by 4, or that is equal to 3 units of work in a day A is doing, correct? Similarly, in 1 day, how much work will B do? In 1 day, B will do That is, B can actually finish the work in 3 days, correct? Totally he has to finish 12 units. So in one day, B will finish 12 by 3 or 4 units of work in a day. So put together, A and B in one day, they will finish 7 units of work together in one day, correct? So how many units should they finish? They should finish 12 units. So in how many days can they finish this? They can finish it in 12 by 7 days, right? In one day they finish 7 units. So 12 units, one day they finish 7 units. So 12 units in how many days will they finish? 12 by 7 days. Right? This is one concept. It is also called as the LCM method. Some students find it easier to do it this way. So if you find this method easier, you can follow it. See, for the question that we just solved now, no, you can also solve it using the LCM method. The method is so if you are doing it using this method, it will be like this. See, there are 2 pipes which can fill a cistern in 30 minutes and 40 minutes respectively. So what is the LCM of 30 and 40? LCM of 30 and 40 is 120, right? So I am assuming that 120 units is the total work that needs to be done. Okay, so pipe A in 1 minute, how much work will we do? It will do 120 by 30, or it will do 4 units of work in 1 minute, correct? In pipe B, in 1 minute, how much work will it do? 120 by 40, or 3 units of work it will do in a minute. Okay, now pipe A is working for 10 minutes. So 4 into 10, correct? That will be the number of units of work that pipe A is doing. Now pipe B is working for X minutes. We don't know what it is. So X into what is the work done by it in a minute? It is doing 3. Correct? 3 units in a minute. So totally, to fill the tank completely, right, how much work should be done? 120. So 4 into 10 plus X into 3 should be equal to 120. If you equate it this way also, you get the same answer. X is equal to 80 by 3. So the pipe B has to work for 80 by 3 minutes. So some of us find it easier to use this method because the calculations involved is lesser. Okay, so if you find this method easier, please follow it. But as I always say, if you find this easier, then try to practice all the problems that you solve with this method so that you will be able to do it in the exam. Okay, hope this method was clear. So do it in any of the 2 methods, whichever is easier for you. Let's move on to the next one. The next question is there on the screen. A cistern has 3 pipes A, B and C. A and B can fill it in 3 hours and 4 hours respectively, and C can empty it in 1 hour. If the pipes are opened at 3 p.m., 4 p.m., 5 p.m. respectively on the same day, the cistern will empty it in dash. Okay, let me solve it. A cistern has 3 pipes, right? A and B can fill it in 3 hours and 4 hours respectively. So, first from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Okay, right. Which are the pipes that is open? See, I'm just writing down everything. 3 to 4 p.m. Okay, only A is open, correct? A in 1 hour will fill how much? It will fill 1/3 of the tank, correct? From 4 to 5 p.m. What is happening? 4 to 5 p.m. A is open and B is also open. So how much of the tank will be filled? 1/3 plus 1/4. Correct? A and B both are open. Now from 5 o'clock onwards, all 3 pipes are open. Okay. Now 5 p.m. onwards, all the 3 pipes are open. Okay. So from 5 p.m. onwards, in 1 hour, what will be the work done by all the 3 pipes put together? 1/3 plus 1/4 minus the other pipe is an emptying pipe, minus 1. Correct? So from 5 o'clock onwards, all the 3 pipes are open, and every 1 hour, what will be the work done by all the 3 pipes? It will be 1/3 plus 1/4 minus 1. 1/3 plus 1/4 is 7/12, right? I think we solved this just some time before. So I know the answer by heart of that now. 7/12 minus 1. Or that is equal, okay, this is the work done in, that is equal to minus 5/12. So every hour, this is the work that is being done by all the 3 pipes put together. So totally what has happened from the beginning? See, from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. 1/3 of the tank was filled. Then 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. 1/3 plus 1/4 of the tank has been filled. So how much of the tank is filled till 5 p.m.? 2/3 plus 1/4, correct? That is 2/3 plus 1/4 is what? If you take the LCM, you get 11/12, correct? So 11/12 of the tank is filled till 5 p.m. After 5 p.m. all the 3 pipes are working, and in some time what is happening, the full tank is getting, the cistern is getting emptied, correct? So what can I say? 11 by 12 minus 5 by 12 into, we don't know for how many hours, right? Let's say x hours, okay? So when all the 3 pipes are, see, till 5 p.m. 11 by 12 of the tank is filled. After that, for x hours all the 3 pipes are working together and the tank is becoming empty. So empty means what is happening? The work done should net be 0, correct? If it is full means work done is taken as 1. Here we are emptying, so you take it as 0. So all the 3 pipes work for x hours after 5 p.m. and the tank is becoming empty, or total work done becomes 0. So from here let us solve for x. So when you solve for x, what do you get? You get 11 by 2, that is 11, you take it this side, 12 will get cancelled, 11 is equal to 5x, or x is equal to 11 by 5, right? That is equal to 11 by 5 is what? 2.2. So x is equal to 2.2 hours you get, right? So what can I say? After 5 p.m. in 2.2 hours, okay, the tank is going to be empty. So what is 2.2 hours in terms of minutes? 2.2 hours is nothing but 2.2 into 60, or that is equal to 132 minutes. 132 minutes is nothing but 120 minutes plus 12 minutes. 120 minutes is 2 hours. 2 hours plus 12 minutes. So when is the tank going to be empty? See, after 5 o'clock, 6, 7, then 7, 12. 7:12 p.m. the tank is going to be empty. That is option A. Okay? Easy question, no? Now, let's move on to the next one. A tank has 3 pipes. The first pipe can fill half part of the tank in 1 hour, and the second pipe can fill 1/3 part in 1 hour. The third pipe is for making the tank empty. When all the 3 pipes are open, 7/12 part of the tank is filled in 1 hour. How much time will the third pipe take to empty the tank, empty the completely filled tank? So this is a very easy question. Just put in values and get the answer. See, for such questions and all, you don't need the LCM method. You can just put in values to get the answer. So, okay, let us solve it. See, first pipe is doing half of the tank in 1 hour, correct? So in 1 hour, if all the 3 pipes are open, what is happening? First tank will fill half of the tank, the second tank will fill 1/3 of the tank, and the third tank, what will it do? It is emptying the tank. So let us assume that it is emptying 1/x of the tank. Put together, when all the 3 taps are open, 7/12 of the tank is filled in an hour. You have to find the value of x, correct? So what is 1/x? 1/x is equal to 1/2 plus 1/3. What is that? 5/6, correct? So 5/6 minus 7/12. So again, if you take the LCM is 12, and if you solve, what do you get? 3/12. 10 minus 7/12, that is 3/12, or 1/x is 3/12, or 1/x is equal to 1/4. So x will empty the tank in 4 hours. So answer is option B, 4 hours. Okay, hope it's clear. Everybody is getting it as 4 hours. So I think with that we have come to an end of the questions that has been chosen for today's session. Now I hope the concept of time and work is clear to all of you. As I said, there is nothing much to remember in this topic except for man work days concept, where we say that men into work is constant, and that W1 by W2 is equal to P1 H1 D1 by P2 H2 D2. Remember that. Then also the method wherein we calculated the work done by a person in a day. So all the very best, and I will see you in the next session, and this is Gayatri signing off till then.